Throughout Nebraska, they aren't buying what they were selling about the tax cut and tax reforms, that it's actually going to benefit their family. They weren't buying it.
And you opposed the tax cut?
You know, if I were there, I am all about small businesses and making sure that we give our working families that type of tax relief and tax reform. Small businesses are the job creators. They're the ones that can keep fueling the economic engine throughout the whole state and the whole United States. They're the job creators. That's where the focus should have been. The largest corporations and the wealthiest individuals are not the job creators in our economy. That's who we should focus on. And
so if you'd have had a vote on the tax cut, you'd have voted against it?
You know, I would have done things so totally different. Focused on small businesses. If we are going to do a tax cut, tax reform, and working families,
put all the ifs aside, because the bill was there.
Yeah.
Somebody had to vote up or down on it. As it existed, you had voted for it or against it?
Putting our country in a deficit, they estimated the deficit at $1.4 trillion. The Congressional Budget Office came back last week and said, no, we were wrong. It's going to be a $1.8 trillion of deficit. Now, does that make sense?
I'm just looking for an answer.
I'm looking.
Yes or no on the tax cut?
I'm looking at solutions. That's not a solution to help our economy.
So you'd have voted against it?
I would have worked a lot differently.
You don't want to answer this question.
Well, I'm telling you that if I were there, I'm a businesswoman. I know how to get deals done. I've spent my entire career.
But eventually something comes to your plate and it's yes or no. And Deb Fischer had a yes or no vote. What would Jane Raybould have voted?
I don't believe in engaging in deficits, number one. And I want to make that very clear. I can see that the Washington environment, they're all about BS, which is bait and switch. Borrow and spend. That is not the way government should be run. Washington is broken, and this is another example of the dysfunction going on in Washington, that we're focusing on giving payouts to the largest corporations and the wealthiest individuals, and we're beholding and allowing other special interest groups to hold us hostage. You need to elect someone who is not going to be that type of person.
But what voters tell me they really can't stand is when politicians don't answer questions directly. And I'm not getting a direct answer from you as to what, if you were sitting there, had a chance to vote yes or no on the tax cut.
And I will give you the most direct answer I can.
Okay.
It's time we elect a different type of leader who will fight for Nebraskans and fight for the American people on issues that matter to them.
And do you think that's a direct answer to a yes or no question?
Well, I don't like going back and trying to reinvent history, and I think it serves no useful purpose.